Have to leave your toys at home when the school bell rings? From the Game Boy Color to the Palm Pilot, no one will be left behind in our look at portable gaming. Plus, our favorite swashbuckling turban prince is back. We have a preview of Prince of Persia 3D. And hold on to your souls and lock your doors. We have a Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver preview. So stick around. It's game time. Have the gaming blues hit you hard? Don't worry. School days don't have to mean the end of your gaming days. Hello and welcome to this special back-to-school edition of GameSpotTV. I'm Dash. Kicking off today's show, we take a look at some portable gaming options.
Frivolous gaming comes to a screeching halt once the familiar yellow school bus arrives. It means the beginning of homeworks, mysterious lunch meats, and wedgies. Painful as it may sound, it's not the end of the world for many gamers, thanks to several portable gaming options.
Game Boy Color.
Of course, the big daddy of portable gaming is Nintendo's Game Boy and the Game Boy Color. For a measly $80, tax not included, gaming withdrawals can be easily soothed in a matter of seconds with the Game Boy Color. Currently, there are 70 games available for the Game Boy Color, according to Nintendo. That doesn't include the over 450 Game Boy titles that can be played on the GB Color. This might be a little better than lobbing spitballs at each other, and less messy, too. Hello? Yes, you are on TV. Rather than looking at the camera lens like a deer seeing headlights, SNK is offering a more entertaining diversion called the Neo Geo Pocket. Going for $70, tax not included, the Neo Geo Pocket uses a joystick rather than a directional pad for controls. Last time we counted, there were 19 games available for the system, ranging from fighting to gambling. In addition, the system will also have a built-in calendar, world clock, alarm, and horoscope. If you're a gamer that has too many friends and are missing too many meetings, Tiger wants you to check out their GameCom Pocket Pro system. There are about 15 games available for the GameCom Pocket Pro and 15 more slated to arrive. The GameCom Pocket Pro is selling for $30, making it the cheapest of the portables.
Okay.
For the college-bound gamer agonizing over the open book test on biothermonuclear theories, several websites are offering games for the Palm Pilot and the WinCE devices. Yep, believe it, those pocket organizers are not just for mundane tasks like organizing your life. You can actually play tons of games on them. Visiting various websites, Windows CE users and Palm Piloteers can download anything from board games to sports to action games. The selection is a mixture of freeware, shareware, and demos that can be played for a limited time. So whether you're just learning that A squared plus B squared is indeed C squared, or that DNA stands for deoxyribonucleic acid, it's nice to know that wherever you are, you'll always have a chance to PLAY.
Now a word to you younger viewers. Don't play video games during class time. Try playing during those long, dull recesses. All right, now that I have your attention, let's check the game news.
Psygnosis is set to release the DVD game Lander. Though other games such as Wing Commander 4 have used DVD features, Lander is the first game built specifically for DVD technology. The DVD offers full Dolby 5.1 surround sound as well as MPEG-2 cutscenes. Lander will also feature multiplayer modes for up to 8 players over a LAN or internet connection. For those who don't have DVD drives, Psygnosis will offer both the DVD and CD-ROM versions in one package. In other game news, Eidos has officially canceled the release of Omicron for the PlayStation. The game features the talented music icon David Bowie.
You're not the first video game player to get your soul trapped in this dimension.
Developers at Eidos found the current PlayStation hardware insufficient in handling the substantial amount of art and detail within the game. However, Eidos says the PC version is on track for a November release.
If you're looking for more gaming news, you can find it at the GameSpot.com and VideoGames.com websites. And if you stop by the GameSpot TV website, you can take our portable gaming poll as well as watch our portable gaming feature in real video. Coming up on GameSpot TV, watch out for those velociraptors in our blood-curdling preview of Dino Crisis, the dinosaur horror game that will make you think twice about hugging Barney. And Douglas Fairbanks Jr. has nothing on the Prince of Persia. Watch our swashbuckling preview of Prince of Persia 3D when GameSpotTV returns. Welcome back. In light of the recent Japanese release of Soul Calibur, fighting games are very popular, and there's never a shortage of them. And another Dreamcast title is Power Stone, which will be available for the launch. It has a uniquely cartoonish take on the fighting genre. Here's our preview.
When it comes to fighting games, Capcom is old hat, though most of their games have been in the 2D format. Power Stone for the Dreamcast, while not being the first three-dimensional game from Capcom, is most definitely unlike anything they've done before. The single-minded emphasis on abuse displayed here in the import version of Power Stone clearly shows that it is a fighting game, although with some rather crucial differences. Firstly, there are no blocking moves. All of your defensive maneuverings consist of the very intuitive running away style of self-preservation. The game also lacks true special attacks, and most of your interactive combat involves the hurling of objects at one another. The game's control makes these moves very simple. There's the 3 jump, punch, and kick buttons, which leaves the remaining 3 buttons to execute combinations of the first 3 buttons. The game is really about the 3 Power Stones, which when all collected by the same fighter, generates both a costume change and increased strength. Fortunately, if you beat down your animated nemesis enough, they will drop what stones they have collected, so the balance of power can be in a fair state of flux. The graphics are clearly quite impressive. Polygonal fighters never looked this good or this cartoony. Look for Power Stone to come out as a launch game with the Dreamcast September 9th release.
What happens when you cross the makers of Resident Evil with dinosaurs? Why, you have a Dino Crisis, a game that's sure to have gamers sleeping at night with their lights on.
Even as we await a Resident Evil frenzy with Resident Evil Code Veronica and Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, one of the more interesting of Capcom's entries into the world of survival horror is Dino Crisis. Conceived and directed by Shinji Mikami, the mastermind behind the Resident Evil games, Dino Crisis will be very familiar to those trained in the art of zombie bashing from the Resident Evil titles. This time around, though, there are some differences, such as fully polygonal backgrounds and shifting camera angles rendered on the fly. But the real difference is found in the dinosaurs. These aren't the lumbering drunks that characterize the zombies in Resident Evil. These are fast and cunning velociraptors and like-minded counterparts. And although the controls are more or less the same, there have been some changes made to help you respond to the lightning-fast lizards. The R2 button will allow you to do a 180 to confront your pursuer, and you will also be allowed to walk with your gun drawn. So while the game will certainly appeal to fans of Resident Evil, Dino Crisis looks like it could be a winner on its own. We'll find out when it's released this September.
You might outrun a zombie, but a velociraptor is another matter altogether. And you can reason with a zombie! Prince of Persia 3D takes place in a world of swordplay, dangerous traps, and lots of bullies. That sounds like my grade school. Well, you enjoy this preview, and try not to remember getting crammed into that locker.
First released for the Apple II in 1989, the innovative action-adventure game Prince of Persia is considered one of the best games of all time. And now, everybody's favorite swashbuckling, sword-fighting prince is back, eluding dangerous traps and solving tricky puzzles in the action-adventure game Prince of Persia 3D. Blending Middle Eastern mythology with an Arabian Nights feel, the stunning environments of Prince of Persia 3D includes gorgeous Arabic architecture and beautifully detailed textures. And this time around, there is more combat, and the Prince has a wider variety of weapons. In Prince 3D, gamers will fight 30 different types of opponents over 15 levels. With its 3D environment and gameplay with a Tomb Raider feel, Prince 3D is sure to please a new generation of PC gamers. Players can look forward to our turbaned hero when Prince of Persia 3D is released this fall.
That trap's good enough to keep people out of my room. The Final Fantasy series is one of the most popular role-playing series in gaming. In the first weekend alone, Final Fantasy VIII sold over 2 million copies in Japan. And while the story is always a deep, rich one, the graphics in this game are reason enough to check it out. Here's a preview.
For those who've just emerged from under a rock, take note, Final Fantasy VIII is coming. The game from Squaresoft that sold over 3 million copies in Japan will soon be hitting U.S. shores. Final Fantasy VIII's storyline involves students at a military academy who are brought into an elite combat unit set to capture the Galbadian President Daring, who has aligned himself with a powerful sorceress. While the teen beat elements may seem off-putting to some, the story does take on epic qualities. One of the most noticeable things about the game is the graphics that have changed from the super deformed characters of the originals to actual people in correct proportion to their environments. Full motion video segments are well integrated with gameplay to give a seamless playing experience. Of note, in changes to gameplay, is the manner of acquiring money that has changed from just defeating monsters to completing missions and receiving compensation. Get ready for Final Fantasy VIII this fall.
While in the U.S., we await the 8th incarnation in the series, Japan is already working on Final Fantasy IX. What's up with that? And now, in honor of Back to School Week, we want to keep you organized this fall. So we're giving away VTech's new PDA, the Helio. All you have to do is go to the ZDTV website, where you'll find more information on the 5 very special ZDTV quizzes. Coming up on GameSpotTV, get ready for a little reaving. Soul reaving, that is. We have a preview of Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver. And put down your pencils and prepare for serious role-playing. We have a preview of Diablo 2. All this and more when GameSpotTV returns. Welcome back. It's been 3 years since Legacy of Kain Blood Omen was released, but in Nosgoth, it's been 1,000 years. So take a look at our preview for the long-awaited, but not that long-awaited, Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver.
Some games taunt gamers with missed release dates that could raise the dead, but one of the titles to demonstrate the benefit of taking the time to perfect the game is Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver. This game from IDOS and developer Crystal Dynamics continues the story from Blood Omen with some significant changes. Most notably in this game, you do not play Kain, but one of his lieutenants, Raziel, who becomes something of an undead maverick and develops the ability to fly, which angers his leader. As a result, he is banished to the Bottomless Vortex, where he is approached by the disembodied voice of the Elder, who is equally annoyed that Kain and his vampiric empire are using up all the souls that the Elder subsisted on. So now Raziel returns to Nosgoth and sends the souls he finds to the Elders. The game, while having many of the trappings of an action title, is really trying to be an RPG in the tradition of Zelda and Metroid. The 3D world improves upon the dated look of Blood Omen and also attempts to deal with the notorious load times that prevented many players from finishing the first game. With advertisements for the game finally running on television, it might be safe to say that Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver might very well be released soon.
Released in late 1996, Blizzard Entertainment's Diablo went on to become one of the most popular games of 1997. With its hack-and-slash role-playing, this popular game was a hit with critics and fans alike. So let's take a look at the long-awaited Diablo 2.
Blizzard Entertainment's role-playing game Diablo was one of the most popular games of 1997. And with Diablo 2, the Blizzard team hopes to keep Diablo's fun hack-and-slash experience while expanding and improving the game. This time around, players are questing to save not just a town, but an entire world. Diablo is now free from his entrapment below Tristram, and has assumed his original appearance, but with much greater power. As the game begins, he is somewhere in the east, raising an army to conquer the whole world. And what can we expect? Bill Roper, executive producer at Blizzard, has this to say.
So the game is very much more driven by the players than the original was. The world's a lot bigger. We're supporting 8 players multiplayer, a lot more quests. The quests are all integral to the storyline, so it really increased the role-playing abilities in the game.
Gamers can look forward to Diablo 2 this fall.
If you're looking for a good multiplayer game to play over your school LAN, there are quite a few out there. Okay now, pay attention to our next preview. It's Unreal Tournament, that is.
In the ever-increasing array of online exclusive gaming, the great counterweight to Quake 3 is getting ready to take its place in cyberspace, and that's GT Interactive's and developer Epic Mega Games' Unreal Tournament. This game involves the playing of various multiplayer games in levels here called arenas. The modes of play include Deathmatch, Capture the Flag as seen here, and Last Man Standing. The game also offers Assault Mode, which is reminiscent of a sci-fi D-Day invasion with 2 teams, one attacking and one defending, and both having a time limit to achieve their objectives. Domination Mode has 2 to 4 teams vying over control points, where certain areas must be occupied for a period of time to be possessed, and the winner is the team with the most control points. And for the lonely and internet-phobic, don't despair. Single-player modes are available to compete against computer-controlled bots that have been touted as being most impressive. With the addition of an interface designed to ease the anxieties of newcomers to internet play, Unreal Tournament will have much to offer the masses upon its late summer release.
With school time once again upon us, like a dark, looming cloud, it's time for that lightning rod of academic fanaticism, college football. And who wouldn't want to help out their alma mater in order to make their taunting all the more satisfying? Here are some cheats for NCAA 2000.
For that added edge to your college football experience, try out these following cheats for NCAA Football 2000. Enter picks galore to have the defense always intercept and cause uncontrollable outbursts of school spirit. To prevent declarations of incompetence, enter in gimme the ball to have receivers always catch the ball. And enter bad call to knock down the referee for 1 point and further do away with good sportsmanship.
If you're looking for more cheat codes, you can find them on the GameSpotTV website in the Game Help section. And if you want more games to play after school, check out Computer Gaming World's September issue and their feature on 100 hot new games for fall. Coming up on GameSpot TV, we have the latest console peripherals from Electronic Gaming Monthly's Sean Smith. And get out your clubs and hope for an eagle. We have a strategy guide for Mario Golf when GameSpot TV returns. Welcome back. Electronic Gaming Monthly, Sean Smith is back. You know what that means, right? Console gears! This time, Sean has a device for PlayStation gamers hungry for more space to save their games.
If you like the unlimited save capabilities devices like the Data Deck and Dex Drive give you, but you don't have a PC, then consider the VMem Virtual Memory System by Interact. The VMem is roughly the equivalent of 60 PlayStation memory cards. It's easy to install. Just plug into the back of the PlayStation right here. Once it's in, the PlayStation automatically detects it when it boots up, and the VMem interface comes on. The VMem interface is kind of clunky. The VMem's interface is pretty clunky, and the way the manual's written doesn't help much. But once you get the hang of it, it does work like a charm. So for 40 bucks, it's worth looking into.
One of the coolest games to play with your friends is Parappa the Rapper. Its sequel, Jammerlammy, is set to be released in the U.S. this fall. And here's its wacky intro.
Sure was fun. Part one was good too, but this one had more juice. What's wrong, Lammy? You seem down.
Oh, I wish I was that strong.
Lammy, you're already strong as is. You should be more confident. Nobody beats Lammy when she's on the guitar. My son.
But that is the truth.
Hey, don't forget, we are milk cans. With my son's beats, Lammy's guitar, and my almighty bass combined with that distinguished voice, there's nothing to be afraid of.
Squirrel! Yeah! Well, what do we have here? Plenty of munchies for everyone, right? Yeah! Not only munchies, but a little babe, all dressed up for us. Ain't that right? Right!
Lammy, here! See? The guitar rules again.
Golf is a popular sport in the U.S., and even Nintendo's mascot Mario is getting into it. So if you have the new Mario golf game for the N64, we have some strategies to cut strokes off your game.
Good shot!
That's so wonderful. Eat your heart out, Tiger Woods. Once I'm done training with Mario Golf, you're next. It might sound like a wimpy way to start my training regimen, but mark my word, you're going down.
Stuffed it.
Okay, that was ugly. But the golfing gurus at Expert Gamer magazine are on my side, and I have the beginner strategies to prove it. Before whacking the ball to Kingdom Come, learn about the golf clubs. Woods are usually used for hitting the ball long distances. The irons differ in trajectory and distance. Winning will depend on your skill and knowledge of the club.
Chip in. Nice. Eagle. Myself a 5. Ready to go.
The first skill you want to hone is your driving. Nope, not the golf cart, but with golf clubs. Use the zoom feature, scope out the landing area. To get a better look, go for the overhead view. And unless there's extreme winds or rain, try conserving your power-ups on the par 5s. Putting is all about finesse. Before hitting the ball, examine where the hole is situated. Are you putting uphill, downhill, at an angle? These factors will determine how hard or soft you need to hit the ball. It's no rocket science, really. You just have to practice to get the feel for the ball. Golf is tougher than it seems, so don't underestimate. As golf veterans would say, 80% of golf is using what's between your ears. Man, I'm in serious trouble.
Oh, too bad.
That's all the time I have for our back-to-school special. But if you can't get enough of academia, you can go to the ZDTV website for a chance to win VTech's new PDA. All you have to do is take one of 5 ZDTV quizzes, and you'll be automatically entered. And lastly, don't forget to tune in next week for our Pokemon drawing to see which lucky viewer will get the Game Boy Color. We had such a huge response, and there have been some really amazing Pokemon drawings. Until next time, remember, if you think you're playing too much, play more. See ya.